Okay, I just wanted to bring up something that I thought people might be interested in. This is something you can download if you look around for it. It's from 2007. Apparently, it's what do you call it? Public domain now. I think that the military isn't too concerned about this being out there, and I'll try to explain why. Um, okay, it's the official PSYOP manual from 2007, and I want people to think about. I mean, there might be some basic elements of it that are the same as that are actually accurate, but I'm from what I can tell, this is an incomplete manual. And the reason why I say that this is because everything is oriented around the internet not existing. Okay, and that makes no sense because in 2007 the internet was pretty big. It's been going strong since before 2007. So the military would have been using, you know, would have incorporated the use of the internet into their manual, and it is nowhere to be found. Anyway, as a tool of spreading propaganda, the internet has always been effective. It was in the original ARPANET was created by the Advanced Research Projects Agency Network. That's what ARPANET stands for. And that's a Advanced Research Projects Agency is ARPA of the United States of Department of Defense. See, DARPA, it's part of it's DARPA. Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency. They created the internet. Okay, I just wish people would be aware of this. So these people created the internet, and yet somehow in the PSYOP manual, the internet is not mentioned as a means to disseminate information. That should make people question things right there about this manual. Okay, they mention like leaflets. They talk a lot about how to distribute leaflets. They talk about wind direction. Like, this is old school. This is like the 1950s PSYOP manual. I mean, I understand they would have to do this if the internet was down, which is maybe their plan. If they were fighting a foreign enemy, they'd knock the internet out first. But I have a tendency to think they wouldn't do that first. They'd probably use propaganda through the internet before they'd knock it out. And they would want to do drills related to how to spread propaganda before they would do it in another country. They would experiment with it in the United States. Okay, and I mean, what is it? That one Smith Munt Modernization Act of 2012 basically allows the government to propagandize the American people. I mean, they were doing it already, but basically this act makes it legal. It legalizes it. And so there are no official bans on U.S. propaganda in the United States now, which they probably like that. So since 2012, we've probably seen an increase, even if it was going on before. We've seen an increase in propaganda since 2012. Anyway, Smith Munt Modernization Act of 2012 gets rid of bans on propaganda within the borders of the United States. Their excuse is that they can't really avoid it because we are so connected to the web. Okay, well, they're right, and they were already doing it. so they legalize it. That's basically what happened. Anyway, the U.S. Army PSYOP manual mentions nothing about the internet. It mentions nothing about the fact that the internet was created by the military. Basically, the internet is like one of these propaganda bombs. These are bombs, they're leaflet bombs. They explode and leaflets fly all over the place. They're basically demonstrating old school propaganda techniques to be used overseas. And they're still useful, like I said, if the internet went down. But seeing as the Department of Defense wants the internet to stay up because of its usefulness, I doubt that's really an issue. Especially with wireless networks these days, even foreign countries will be using wireless networks, satellite internet. They would be more likely to look at that before they'd look at leaflets. So let's be realistic. They got rid of the ban on domestic propaganda. They invented the internet, you know, and it's just developed from there. It's an advanced propaganda tool, and the military. It would be stupid to think that the military or the government, some agencies of the government like the CIA, wouldn't use the internet or wouldn't do drills, wouldn't run ops that are internet based to propagandize the American people for one thing or another. And even if they're just experimenting with it, they might not, like some of these hoaxes that we see in the media could be experiments. They could be part of UWEX 2016, which it has to do with unconventional warfare. So, I mean, unconventional warfare, part of that would be the use of propaganda. It's not really unconventional. It's just they're experimenting with new methods of propaganda, so that would be unconventional. And no one mentions that the UWEX, some of these drills that have been promoted in the media as real, could be part of this exercise that's been going on. We've seen a lot of it in 2016. We saw a lot during Jade Helm. And anyway, that's I just want to know what other people's thoughts are about UWX 2016, the ban on ending the ban on domestic propaganda back in 2012, which is coincidentally about the same time Sandy Hook took place. Anyway, I'd like to hear other people's thoughts. This is my first video, so let me know what you think.